Good morning. As per my note last evening, and perhaps some of you listened to, and it was played umpteen times, the interview with Michael Pollan on CBC, who's just written a book on consciousness, what it is, which we're not going into, but he reminded me how important it is for us to acknowledge our feelings. My yoga teacher often said, don't trust your feelings, examine them. But I think I know what he was talking about there, but the feelings I'm talking about is that we are sentient beings and we have bodies that speak to us. They're talking to us, whether it's a sciatic nerve or constipation or stomach upset or a headache. That's our body trying to talk to us. It can be very cryptic and we can say, well, I don't know what it is. I need an aspirin. And I get it. Take the aspirin. But the important thing is today I would like us to really not worry about what we're doing or how it looks, but how it feels. And as I said too, if you've had an injury or if you have a wonky arm or your lower back or something isn't the way you would prefer it to be, just be aware of it, have compassion. Sometimes we really need to treat ourselves the way we would a little kid that just fell down and scraped its knee, and to be compassionate towards ourselves and whatever is going on. So let's put a cushion under our sits bones. And a reminder that perching on top of the cushion is not exactly the idea, because if I just perch on top of the cushion, as opposed to rolling forward on the cushion, that just lets my hips rotate a little bit forward. And for those who might be practicing at home, or even here today, if sitting on a cushion cross-legged isn't comfortable, please grab a chair. It should be a firm chair, and there are lots of them here for us, if that's the case. And the other thing too, of course, sitting cross-legged, sometimes, it becomes uncomfortable. Just release a leg. It's uncomfortable, release both legs, all right? So let's begin by finding ourselves as comfortable as we can, with our sits bones firmly rooted and grounded. And close your eyes and just become aware of any tension in your bodies, anything that feels a little tight, a little stressed, and see if you can direct your breath to that area and soften it. So taking a few slow, long, deep breaths. Doing a slight body scan, if you will. And just noticing where you could soften. Even being aware of your breath helps you be more fully present with what's inside of this room. And then as we continue to slowly breathe in, let's imagine that our spine is growing a little bit longer, starting with the low back, rising up through the mid-back, thoracic area. Keeping your shoulders relaxed as you grow up through your neck and up through the crown. So just sitting up nice and tall, nice and straight without being rigid. Visualizing your shoulders directly above your hips. your head right in the center of your shoulders, not perched forward. So you might even feel like you're creating a bit of a double chin. And then we're going to do some shoulder rolling. You're going to bring your shoulders up to your ears, push them back, and bring them forward, and bringing them up on an inhale. Exhale them back, down, around to the front, coming up. Exhaling, pushing them back, down. Continue using your breath, feeling, and there might be some crunchiness in there. That's just tension and stress. Let it go. Be aware of the muscles, particularly your shoulder blades, which is something we're going to bring awareness to today. And then let's reverse the direction. So pressing the shoulders back. Now this is where you bring your shoulder blades together and bring your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll forward, down, back, up, forward, and down. Please do this as slowly, mindfully, using your breath. And that will do. Release your arms to the side. We're going to bring, and you can open your eyes now if you like, and then at any point, once you know what you're doing, you can close your eyes again. It helps us go inward. So you're putting your fingers on your shoulders, and you're going to bring your shoulders up and back. So be mindful. Some of you know I have a bit of a shoulder issue, so as long as you're slowly moving, mindfully, you're not going to harm yourself. So when the motion is up, you might breathe in, taking the elbows back. We're going to do this one more time, bringing the elbows up, and then take them back and just hold here for a second. Exhale and bring them down. And then reverse the direction, elbows up, come forward. This is where you take your shoulder blades apart and then bring them back. So shoulder blades go together, up and back. We get a lot of tension in our shoulders and in our upper backs. So this is releasing some. It's a little bit of work, of course. Moving slowly, mindfully, so your fingertips stay on top of your shoulders. Last time, up and releasing your arms down. And then let's bring your left hand to your right knee, other hand behind you. On an inhale, lengthen through your spine, right up through your crown. Breathing here, exhaling, holding. And then one more time, inhale, reaching up through the spine. Exhale, come back to the center. Take a breath, inhaling in place. Exhale, let's bring opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale, lengthening through your spine, right up through your crown. And returning. Please don't twist too much. A little bit goes a long way in yoga. Inhale. Exhale, come back to the center. And once again, release your hands down, and then you're going to take your hands slowly up and over. Now, let's actually stop for a moment, because what I want to remind us is that when our shoulders are back and our shoulder blades are together, there's a lot less tension when we move our arms. So we've done this standing. Let's just do this for a moment sitting, just to remind us, because it's a great test. So let your shoulders round. You're looking at your phone. You're doing whatever, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right? And then just lift one arm. I don't care which one. Just lift an arm. Just lift it as far as it goes without forcing it. And float it back down. And now lift the shoulders up, press them back, and bring your shoulder blades together. So now we've really opened up the front of the chest. And now lift that same arm up and just notice, does it move easier? Now, I know we've got some of, yeah, I'm looking at your face, Brenda. and then lower it down. Is that your bad arm? Do you have a good arm? It's interesting that you wanted to work with your bad arm first. Okay, you know, and the body has a wisdom because sometimes it knows. So be very mindful here. So we're going to inhale slowly. Now, shoulder blades are together. You're going to bring your hands up. I have to be very careful. My right arm is not happy around the whole rotation. And then you're going to interlace your fingers. So this is interlacing your fingers. What I would like you to do is cross at the wrists, and then bring your hands together and interlace your fingers, if that's possible. If that's not possible, just keep it like this. But if you can cross your wrist, bring your palms together, and then if you're able to bring your arms beside your ears without your ribs popping out, if they're popping out a lot as you straighten your elbows, then you're going to bring your arms a little bit forward. But you're going to try and straighten your arms and you're going to breathe. Do not hold your breath. And if anything I'm asking you to do is causing you pain, that's your body saying, back off, please don't. And then keeping your fingers interlaced, you're going to bring your elbows down. So this is, you know, a different stretch now for different muscles in your upper back. Inhale, coming up. Straightening your arms as much as you can. Exhale, lower your elbows. Inhale, up. And last time. Carefully unfold and float your arms down. Take your time. Keep your shoulder blades together. Keep your shoulders back. And releasing. Okay, we'll do the other side in a moment. I want you to take your left hand out to the side. You can either tense your fingers or maybe your hand will go flat onto the floor. And then inhale the opposite arm up and over. You're stretching through the rib cage. Can you gently turn your gaze up? Continue the stretch. Now, pressing your right sits bone into the floor. The right sits bone wants to come off the floor, your right butt cheek. So press that down into the floor. And then take your gaze and turn it towards your armpit, sort of. You're going to be looking past your armpit. Inhale that arm, top arm up. Exhale, float it down. Now leaving the right hand on the floor, you're going to inhale carefully, the other arm up, reaching up. Now you can either tense your fingers, flatten them, or if you can keep your left sits bone pressed into the mat and even bend your elbow and get a little more stretch to your left side, that's fine. Whatever feels right for you today. And then gently turn your gaze up. And then turn your gaze sort of past your armpit. You can even focus on the tip of your nose if you want, like you have a fly on your nose. And reaching up. And slowly float that arm down. Take your time. Okay, and then let's just bring our shoulders up to our ears and we'll do a few shoulder rolls. Breathing, opening. Again, you might hear some crunchiness. I'm hearing some, probably working out some tension. Okay, let's do the other side. So you're going to inhale, get your shoulder blades together, shoulders back, slowly sweeping the arms up. Now, if you can remember which wrist you put in front the first time, try and put the other wrist in front if you are crossing your wrists. And then you're folding your palms in together and interlacing your fingers. And it doesn't matter if you do the same side, not a big deal. And then inhale. Try to straighten your elbows, reaching up, up, up. Exhale, bend your elbows and carefully bring them down. And inhale slowly, breathing, arms up. Exhale, carefully and slowly lower your elbows down. And one more time, inhaling. And exhale down. Press your elbows back just a bit. And then release your hands, reaching them up into victory. Turn your palms down and slowly lower them. Wow. Okay. And then once again, let's roll our shoulders, but let's roll them in the opposite way, maybe up and forward and down. Okay. We're going to come over now onto our backs. Take a sip of water whenever you need to. Coming onto your backs, draw your knees up in towards your chest, one hand on each knee. And you can spread your knees apart if you like, but just do a little bit of rocking and rolling. Maybe pulling your knees into your chest feels best. Just check things out. We're all different. We're all holding things in different places. And then extend your left leg straight down in front, keeping your right knee bent. Place your opposite hand, so your left hand on the outside of your right knee, and draw it across your body. You don't have to go very far. You can roll over on to your opposite hip if you like, or you can stay mostly on your sacrum and just apply a moderate, very moderate amount of pressure to feel the stretch through the glutes, your butt muscles, your hip, and breathe into it. Just breathe. So try to relax the muscles of the lower body. You're just using one hand to stretch through the glutes, through the connective tissue of your hip. Breathe into it. Don't do too much by going too far. We're tuning a fine instrument, aka your body. So be gentle, practice mindfully, no judgment, just pure caring awareness. Inhale, come back to the center. Keep that right knee in towards your body. And let's straighten the right leg without locking the knee. Reach up towards the ankle. And keeping your shoulder blades on the mat, your shoulders may be off the mat. Inhale, in place. Exhale, draw the leg towards you and bring your chin, your nose, or your forehead towards your knee, stretching your hamstrings. If these are tight, it makes it impossible for you to honor the curve in your lower back because they'll keep pulling down on your sits bones and on your lumbar muscles. So by stretching these, it relaxes and allows for that curve. And then lower your head. Keep your leg really straight. Bring your arms beside your body and place your palms down. Lengthen the leg and slowly lower that leg all the way down. When you go slow, you work your hip flexors, you work your lower abs, you work your quadriceps. And of course, when we move slowly, there's far less chance of injury. Okay, inhaling in place. If your shoulder blades feel like they're creeping up towards your neck, just lift them up, tuck them under your heart center. Inhale, in place. Exhale, draw the left knee up, pull it in towards your chest. And then with your right hand on the outside of your left knee, draw it across your body. You can do whatever you prefer with your left arm. It can go out to the side or wherever it's happy, because we really want to focus our attention on the stretch through the hip, the glutes, maybe the IT band, that band that goes from your hip to your knee. Just pick the place that feels like it's holding the most tension and tightness and breathe into it. Let the breath soften the places that are holding tension. Good deep inhaling and exhaling. And returning to center, draw the knee one more time into the chest, and then straighten the leg without locking the knee. Reach your hands up towards your ankle, or maybe you're holding your calf. Just try to be somewhere between the knee and the ankle. That would be great. Inhaling in place. Exhale, draw the knee and leg towards your nose, your chin, your forehead, stretching the hamstrings on the left side. And of course, the compression for the colon helps to move things that could be stuck. And then lower your head, release your hands beside your body, lengthen your leg, and slowly, as you keep it long and strong, lower it back down towards your mat. Take your time. Keep your lower back neutral. So it's neither touching the mat nor is it arcing up. And then once you're all the way down, once again, let's lift the shoulder blades up, tuck them under the heart center. Windshield wipe the feet. So move your feet in the same direction, side to side. Further loosening, warming up the lower back. And then bend your legs one more time. Take your feet to the edge, sides of your mat, the edge of your mat. Move your arms out to the side wherever they feel comfortable. Palms can be up or down, doesn't matter, whatever feels good. So your feet are flat on the floor and they'll be stationary. Now, I want you to take your knees to one side without moving your pelvis to begin with, okay? So take your knees over towards the left. Don't move the pelvis. So that's going to limit your movement here when we windshield wipe, but keep your pelvis where it is. Keep your sacrum on the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take both knees over to the other side, keeping your pelvis, your sacrum, stable and still. Inhale back to center. We're going to do this one more time, keeping your pelvis. You can actually gently press your lower back into the floor. That will probably help you keep your pelvis and sacrum stable as you take your knees over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, both knees over to the other side. So this is stretching some deep internal muscles, your piriformis. This can be, as you know, from a couple of weeks ago, a problem muscle. It can, when it's tight, can press on that sciatic nerve and cause a lot of pain and grief. So inhaling, coming back to center. Now, keeping your feet exactly where they are, slowly lower both knees all the way down towards the left side. So now, of course, your pelvis is rolling, your sacrum's lifting off the mat as you roll onto your left hip. Inhaling, slowly return to the center. Exhaling, lowering both knees over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left one more time. So this gets into some other interesting muscles. The quadratus lumborum, which is in your low back and extends into your pelvis, definitely offers stability to the pelvis, but if a muscle's tight, it doesn't offer us a lot. A muscle that's been stretched can move with us. Inhale back to center, and the other one is the psoas muscle. Another interesting muscle. They're deep muscles, they're not superficial. And then lowering the knees once again over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. And then bring the arms down beside your body and bring your hands underneath the backs of your thighs or maybe the front of your knees. And again, just a little bit of rolling and just noticing. Everything in this area might be feeling a little looser, a little more open and available for us to move more smoothly. So we're going to come up to seating. You may want to bring your hands underneath the backs of your thighs and rock up or roll over onto your side and press yourself up. And then come on over onto all fours. Hands are underneath your shoulders. And if you can see your wrists, your wrinkles in the wrists when you're bending them should align with the top of your mat. However, if this again causes pain, you can come up onto your knuckles or spread your hands a little wider apart. But if it's possible, look at the wrinkles on your wrists. They align with the front of your mat, and spread your fingers apart. On an exhale, round your spine, dropping your chin and your tail bone. On an inhale, extend your spine by drawing your heart center forward, hollow out the lower back. Exhale, coming back into a rounded spine. Now, if you press all 10 fingers into the mat, that takes some of the pressure off the wrists. Inhale, hollow out, draw your heart center forward, eyes rolling up towards your third eye. Round your back, pull your bellies in, tuck your chin. Inhale, hollow out your lower back. Draw your heart center forward, curving up through the neck. Eyes rolling up. Last time, rounding. And inhaling to extend the spine. And coming back to neutral. We're going to do bird dog. You're going to extend your left leg straight out behind you. Well, that was my right leg. How about my left? Doesn't matter. We're going to do both sides. And then extend the right arm. Now try not to let your lower back sink nor round. So we're strengthening the muscles in the back of the body, all along the spine. Remember, there are 4 layers of muscles that protect and support the spine and the spinal cord. All the nerves, reaching and stretching, eyes looking down at your mat, lengthening through the crown. One more breath in to stretch, exhale and release. Extend the other leg and the opposite arm. Breathe. And that's 2 parts. Inhale and exhale. Pressing your fingertips into the floor helps to stabilize. One more breath in to lengthen. Exhale and lower. Take your knees the width of the mat. Flatten the tops of your feet if you can. Bring your big toes together. Take your time to press your hips back towards your heels. This can reduce foot cramping, and if you do get a cramp in your foot, just come back up. Wait a moment. When I started practicing this, I got a foot cramp pretty much every time I did it. And now, taking my time, I haven't had one in a dog's age. And then releasing your forehead to the mat, or if you need to add height, cross one forearm over another and release your forehead down. And then just breathe into your side and back ribs. Inhaling, lengthening your spine. Exhaling, releasing chest, releasing hips. And inhale, coming up. Now, many of you know how to do dolphin, but I'm just going to demonstrate here. So in dolphin pose, we interlock our fingers. We tuck that baby finger under so it doesn't get schmucked. And then we place our arms on the floor as if we were going to do a headstand, which we're not. And then you're going to curl your toes under Lift your hips up and just let your head float. So your head's not on the floor, it's just floating. Okay, so interlace your fingers, tuck the baby finger, the outer one down. Bring your elbows and forearms onto the floor so that your forearms are actually under your shoulders. Curl your toes under and lift your hips up and just let your head hang. So this is a big strengthener for your shoulders, your upper back. Press your heels towards the floor. One more breath in, and that will do. Coming back onto all fours. Sweep your left arm up. Exhale. Reach it under, thread the needle, and releasing your shoulder or the side of your face towards the floor. If you wish to keep the fingers of the right arm out in front. Beautiful stretch for your shoulder muscles as well as your intercostal. Coming back into neutral. Inhaling, sweep the arm, other arm up. Exhale, float it under. Releasing the side of your face to the floor. And if you wish, tippy-toe the fingers of the other arm out in front. And if you took your left arm out in front, draw it back in. Come on down onto your tummies. Bring your arms beside your body and let your forehead rest on the mat. You're going to turn your palms down, if that's okay. And we're just going to do a half salabhasana. Now, you might want to even put your chin on the floor. You can experiment with this, what feels better. Lift your right leg up, either your chin on the floor or your forehead, whichever you prefer. So lifting your right leg up as high as you can. Back bends, activate the cardio and your cardiac muscle. Lengthening the leg and lower it. Inhale, other leg up. Working the muscles in the back of the body can help us release fear. We store fear in the back of the body and aggression in the front. The body is a repository for a lot. I have a body of work and lower that leg down. Now, bring your hands, and you can turn your palms up at this point if you like. Bring them underneath your hips or your thighs. So your hands are underneath hips or thighs. And then lower your forehead or your chin to the floor. We're going to try and lift up both legs. Both legs. So your hands are underneath your thighs, your hips. And you're lifting both legs up, so they're not going to go too high. Okay, one more breath. And lower. Okay, turn your head to either side. Bring your arms out from underneath your hips. We'll just take a moment here. We are going to do a full salabhasana. Turn your palms once again to face down. Bring your head back to the center. You can be resting on your forehead. Move an invisible alley with your nose to lengthen your neck. And on an inhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders, chest, arms, and legs. Salabhasana or locust pose. One more breath in to lift. Exhale. Okay, turn your head to the opposite side now. Palms are facing up. Let your shoulders melt. Big toes touch and let your heels splay outwards. Bring your head back to the center. Let's bring the right arm in front of the head on the floor. So your forehead's still going to rest on the floor. You're going to bend your left leg with your left hand. You're going to try and take hold of the ankle. Now you might get cramping again in the hamstring. Just release it and wait for a moment. And then lift left leg off the floor, pulling up. Maybe you can pull up a little bit higher. And that will do. Release. And just roll on your hips from side to side. Keep everything nice and loose. Let's take the other arm in front. And if lifting the leg off the floor isn't happening for you today, just bend it. Just take hold of it, the ankle, and just pull your heel towards your bum. So that stretches your quadriceps. But if you can, pull the leg off the floor. Of course, we're still stretching the quads, lifting up whatever amount you can. And releasing all the way down. Let's take crocodile pose. You're going to fold your arms, one in front of the other, and you're going to lower your forehead onto the top of your wrists so that your upper chest is off the floor. And this kind of forces diaphragmatic breathing. Makrasana, crocodile pose. And inhale. Bring your hands under your shoulders, coming up onto your knees. Lizzie, how's the heat back? How's the heat back there? Is it good? I'm just checking. Okay. Curl your toes under. Come on up into your first down dog. Let your head, keep your knees soft, please. You may even walk your toes a few inches forward. And let's walk the dog. Let's straighten one leg and bend one. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Again, if you're pressing all your fingers into the floor, it helps to support the wrists, the forearms, changing your legs as you like, but feel the movement. Don't change without feeling. Give your head a bit of a swing so you know you're relaxing your neck. Pressing one heel towards the floor. And then keeping both legs relatively straight. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And absolutely have a soft bend in your knees. Let your knuckles drag on the floor or your fingertips, and let your head hang. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Visualize your spinal column like a string of pearls. Releasing, relaxing, and then pressing the soles of your feet into the floor. Let's slowly roll up, keeping your knees bent, keep your chin tucked in, stack one vertebra on top of the next, and let your head be the last thing to come up. And then inhale, shoulders up, exhale, roll them back. And here's where we lock our knees. Difference between us and your dog or cat. They can stand on their legs for a while, but not for very long because they can't lock their knees. We can lock our knees. This lets us stand up straight. Bring your feet about a big fist width apart, outsides of your feet parallel to the outsides of your mat. Lift your toes off the floor. Feel your big toe mount, your baby toe mount, and the center front of your heel rooting and grounding you. And then lower your toes for half sun salutations. Inhale. Now bring your shoulder blades together. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms out, bend the knees, swan dive your torso onto your thighs, tent your fingers on the floor just outside of and in front of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, whatever amount you can. You don't need to straighten your legs unless that's available to you. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Drop your hips a lot. You're coming into a tuck position. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with the palms facing up. Exhale, turn the palms out and float your arms down. Keep your shoulder blades moving in towards one another. Gives more space in your arms. Inhale. In your shoulder joint is what I meant to say. And then turn the palms out, bend your knees, and swan dive onto your thighs. Really coming into a nice tuck. Fingertips tented on the mat. Let the crown of your head float down as your tailbone shines up. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your hips, shoulders back, long spine. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side as you come up and bringing them up and overhead. Exhale, turn the palms out. Half sun salutations, as you know from a weekend quickie, is just a great way to gently warm up the body, the entire body. Exhale, turn the palms out, bend the knees, swan dive onto your thighs. So you're in a nice tuck position, fingertips tented on the floor. On an inhale, lift your hips, let your head float downwards. Exhale, no tension in that neck. Let your head go. Exhale, bend your knees, shoulders back, long spine. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, float the arms down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your hips. Let your head just hang off your neck. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, bring your palms together and bring your hands into prayer or Anjali Mudra. Lift your elbows whatever amount you can, keeping your palms together just to give a nice stretch to counteract mouse action. Holding on to that computer mouse. I actually picked up a dead mouse on the weekend. I didn't know what it was. Anyway, blah, blah. Okay, but I don't have the Hansa virus or whatever it's called. Never even heard of it before. Okay, don't go there. All right, let's come on up to the front of the mat. Step your left leg back one leg length, one of your leg lengths. Have your back foot slightly forward. Your front foot is 90 degrees forward, and the heel creates a line through the arch of your back foot. Okay, and then bend that knee. Don't let it collapse in. Slap it. Make it press towards the outside of the mat. You're activating your adductor muscle. Keep your torso straight up and down. Don't let it lean forward. Straight up and down. Press into the outside of your back foot. Now you've activated both of your adductors. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower your shoulders. Lift up at your sternum and focus your gaze over your front fingertips. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And then lower your back arm down your back leg. Flip the arm so the palm is facing up, and maybe follow it with your gaze and stretch up. Let the energy go up, not down. And then flip the palm so it's going to face down. Bring your back arm up. Keep stretching. And then lower your forearm onto your front thigh. Look at your back hand and sweep that arm down, around, in front, up and over. This is a really safe way to enter Parsvottanasana, side angle bend, and then reach. Your palm is facing the floor. It's reaching over your ear if that's possible, and if it's not, just hold it where it feels okay. And if you are reaching it over your ear, or wherever you're stretching it, try to maximize that stretch right through your fingertips. They're active. Palm is facing the floor. Inhale, coming up. Turn sideways on your mat. Turn your feet slightly apart. Inhaling in place, be a 5-pointed star. Legs are straight. Lock your knees. Lock your knees. Fold halfway over. Tent your fingers down in front of your face. On an inhale, sweep the right arm up, reaching up, stretching up. Don't sink into your fingertips. Stretch up. Feel the stretch in your inner adductor. Thigh muscle. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, sweep the other arm up, reaching up, stretching up, maybe looking up. Exhale, float it down. Now, can you rotate on your mat to have your left foot forward? And then windmill your arms up, coming into Warrior 2, facing the opposite direction. So your left foot is forward, right foot is back, stretching, fixing your gaze over your left fingers, letting that stretch originate between your shoulder blades. Lower your back arm, down your back leg, and reach your front arm straight up and perhaps looking up. Keep pressing into the outside of your back foot and keep pressing that front knee to the outside of your mat. Returning slowly to Warrior 2. And then lower your front forearm onto your front thigh. Perhaps look at your back arm and slowly bring it down in front and sweep it up and over your ear. The bottom palm can face up, the top palm can face down. Reaching, stretching. Breathing. Inhale, coming up. Turning sideways once again on your mat. Turn your feet just slightly outwards. Have your feet at least one leg length apart, otherwise you'll struggle. Exhale, forward fold. Tense your fingers on the floor. Let's lunge over to the left, bringing bum as close to heel as possible. Being mindful if you have any knee issues, but the thing is, if we don't bend our knees, if we don't do squats once in a while, we lose it. Inhale, coming up. So when you're doing chores around the house, if you can, think about squatting. Coming over to the other side so you can mobilize your knee joints, keep them lubricated. Up and into the center. Walk your feet in towards one another. Take a sip of water if you like. Grab your iPad or whatever you have that you can cover your eyes. And bring yourself down onto your mat. Now, if you want to just bring your knees in for a moment, do a little rocking. And then lowering the legs, bringing the heels together, letting your feet splay out. Lifting your shoulder blades up, tucking them under your heart center. Reaching your arms and fingers and hands towards the bottom of your mat. Have your palms facing up in the open and receiving position. Close your eyes. Separate the biting surfaces of the teeth. Relax the jaw. And let your body be soft and heavy. Again, we might wish to do a slight scan. Noticing where you're holding and not letting yourself fully go. Shavasana is one of the most important yoga postures. It's kind of like digestion. Your body is digesting and integrating the benefits of what you have just done. Taking the time to tune in and listen is part of self-care, developing the awareness of how your body talks to you and how you talk to your body. Inhaling the life force through the nose, long, full, and deep. And deep, exhaling. Long, full, deep, inhaling through the nose. And deep exhaling. Once again, inhaling very, very deep. And let it all go. Inhale and stretch the arms up and over behind the body, or just keeping it up depending on your shoulder health. Point feet far, flex the feet, point, and float the arms down. And then take a moment to roll over onto your side, bending your knees. Use your bottom arm as a pillow. Acknowledge and thank yourself for showing up for yoga. Yoga means huge. It means unite, body, mind, spirit. Use your top arm to press yourself back up into a seated posture. If you can locate your cushion, place it underneath your buttocks. Herman Melville, the writer, we cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men, and among those fibers, as sympathetic threads, our actions run as causes, and they come back to us as effects. That is another way of describing the law of karma. So I don't get too excited about enemies and adversaries. They'll be taken care of, trust me. If you wish, join me in chanting Om just once to seal our practice and further activate your vagus nerve. Inhaling in place. Om Shanti, Namaste. Have a great day. Any questions or comments are welcome. Yes.
So if I have difficulty with a particular movement and having difficulty with the breathing,